Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the San Antonio Soccer Roundtable. Finally, it's not just two guys. It's actually more of a roundtable after several weeks of being on a little date to a one-on-one type of deal. Tonight we got Harry, we got Todd, and we got Coach John from Samba. How you guys doing? How you doing, Coach?
Doing great, man. How you guys doing? It's been a while since we spoke.
I know. Good to have you back. You have some very interesting and breaking news for UPSL, so we'll be talking about that and talking a little bit more of the upcoming season for Samba. Todd, how are you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be back and glad to have a day off of work.
Harry, you're back after a week missing last week. Oh, no, you weren't missing last week. Or you did?
Yeah, I missed last week here. The miscommunication and it just didn't work out. Probably for the best because we had a pretty heated conversation. It
would have behind the scenes, letting you guys in, breaking the fourth wall a little bit. We had a little pre-discussion on some soccer, American soccer news. It was Chattanooga, but it got pretty good. We'll save that talk for another time as more updates come about. Coach, or who wants to go ahead and start this? I guess, Coach, you want to let us know on the news that broke out today?
Oh, yeah. It looks like UPSL finally did a press release on announcing that they're, not to mention about Pro Rel, but there's going to be a second. We all knew the second division was coming out. And things are growing just tremendously here in Texas.
Yes.
I read in the press release today that Texas Central is the fastest growing. Then I don't know if it's than any other state for UPSL. I could be wrong, but they're growing tremendously. We went from 10 teams last season to 20 or 21 teams this season.
Yeah. I think in the article they mentioned that there's going to be around 30 teams by the time.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing for the game.
Yes. Well, that's what happens when when you have a league that does things the right way and cares for its members and a league that's been around for a long time. That people can use and they're happy with, and so I was constantly talking to the UPSL offices 2-3 years ago, saying, "Hey, when are you going to hit Texas? When are you going to hit Texas?" And they always said the same thing: "It's going to happen. It's going to happen." And boy, when it happened in 2018 spring, it just blew, and we're real happy, really, really happy. So, which I know you guys had some questions about. I don't know if you guys are too happy about why we're not staying in the Heart Division playing with San Antonio teams.
Yeah,
I know.
So basically, the way it was before, it was two conferences in Texas.
Yeah, North and South.
And they broke it up. This coming season in the fall is going to be 3.
Yes, it's going to be North and South and the Heart, which it stands for the Heartland.
Right.
So it's the Heart Division.
Okay. So will there be any? And you guys chose to play on the South Conference.
Well, we decided to stay in the South.
Okay.
And there's a few reasons why we decided to do that. Houston was growing tremendously with teams. I mean, basically they were going to have their own division. I think just before the spring season ended, I think there was close to eight teams already there. Wow. But as we got closer to fall, some teams decide to hold off till spring to get together. And then that dropped the teams down to 5. The Heart Division dropped up to 9, including us, and then the North had 8. So we decided to, in a way, because we do like the league, and we care for the league, so we believe in the league, that we decided to stay in the South to help out the Houston teams because they were at an odd number. They only had 5. Another thing is too, the Heart Division already had 8 with us leaving. North had 8. And I think right now we're kind of glad that we made that decision because all the schedules have been done. We had our conference a couple days ago. The Heart Division had their conference last night at 5 p.m. and North they're always with it. They get their stuff done quick. Because of the many teams, and the league wants us to finish by November 10th. The Heart Division is going to double up 4 games. That's four weekends. They're going to double up. So they're going to end up playing one Saturday, one Sunday, maybe one Wednesday, one Saturday. So that's kind of hard. We're only playing one game a weekend. I think we have one to double up. But I'm kind of glad we didn't stay in the Heart for that reason, because Whitley Heights right now is getting extremely busy. You got American football happening in fall. You got lacrosse happening, I believe. They're practicing. You have the rugby team that's been there for many years. Track's happening. So we had to really fight for our home dates with Whitley, and we're still not quite there with 1 or 2 of them. So Whitley is getting very busy. So if we would have stayed in the Heart, and can you imagine us playing 2 games a week, it wouldn't have been possible for us.
Wow.
It wouldn't have been. So, it was a blessing in a way, but we're not staying in the South, guys. We're just helping out, and because we want the league to continue to grow, and we want to help the teams out in Houston. We'll be back in the Heart Division next season. We'll be playing in the Heart Division. So Todd and all you guys out there wishing for that strong San Antonio teams to battle against each other.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. We're going to battle against one of them on the 18th of September. We got a friendly against UPSA. So that'll be nice. That's played at Whitley Heights. That kickoff will happen at 12:30 p.m. Then we have a couple other friendlies, but it's UPSL is growing. It's just tremendously growing. We're very happy with the press release from Dave from UPSL. Pro Rel is happening. It's I placed a phone call into Matt, our Texas conference director, and he says Pro Rel is going to happen in spring of 2019.
Yes, they did mention that today, right? With the Central, what were they calling it? The Central Division or Central Conference?
I think. Wow, you got me there. I think so. I could be wrong, but the word Central is in there.
Yes. I think it was
word.
called the Central Championship.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The Central Championship. That's so. We're looking forward to that. I can tell you this right now that we received a word from the headquarters of UPSL last week that right now no more San Antonio teams will be accepted right now in UPSL.
Okay.
So we're stopping with what we have right now due to the market.
Right.
I guess they don't want to oversaturate the market and bring down the player pool. So right now, that's they're whatever teams are out right now. That's where they're staying at.
Is San Antonio? I don't know if you know, if any of you guys know. Is San Antonio the city or the area where there's most teams in one league?
No, Houston.
Or Houston? Like besides that,
and Dallas-Fort Worth have Dallas-Fort Worth is loaded.
Okay, outside of Texas, does that maybe Los Angeles, right? I don't know.
You're talking about combined nationwide? Oh, that. Yeah. I think it's California. I think it's
California's.
Yeah.
If you look at their standings, they got.
It'd probably be like a Southern California.
3 different levels that got 20 plus teams.
Yeah, about 25, 26 teams.
Yeah. So they have tremendous amount of teams over there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, I think they play a slightly longer schedule than what they're trying to fit you guys in, right?
I'm sure they do. I don't follow them too much. Still being kind of new in the league. But I don't know exactly what their format is in the game, but they got quite a few, and they're still growing. By the way, they didn't cap it. They're not capping it. I mean, they'll take more teams in. And I'll be honest with you, I think around fall of 2019, I think Texas could be as high as 30 teams.
Yeah, because I was thinking about, to me, the teams that I would love to see, and you can already see the Heart Conference, is if you can get a team, let's say, a Texas State team kind of similar to the Runners, in San Marcos. If you can get a team in New Braunfels, a Kyle Buda area, kind of that South Austin team, because I know it seems like a lot of the Austin teams are Round Rock, Georgetown, kind of on the outskirts of it, and kind of like, I guess Houston's kind of the same way. Like, I think you mentioned the Katy team plays actually in Houston.
There's 2 in Killeen right now.
Killeen?
2 teams in Killeen. Yeah, 2 teams in Killeen. Waco came aboard. And I think there should have been one more in Austin team. they decided to. I think they decided to play in spring. But the TPSL started to. They lost their main championship team, the team that won the league 3 years in a row, Austin Raul Cuauhtemoc, which they joined UPSL. That's a very good team. Kuko runs that team very well. And he this time he's planning to actually bring down the age of his team and make it more of a development team. So we're looking. Unfortunately, we won't be playing him. But I've been hounding that guy for a while to come aboard UPSL. I mean, just been telling him, say, you know what, you need to come to a stronger league, and he was just. You know how it is, man. When you date somebody for a while, you get a little comfortable, and all that stuff. And so he kind of felt like I've been with TPSL for a while, but it happened, and he's happy, man. He's really happy. So it's he just can't believe how quick he's growing, how fast he's growing at UPSL.
And so, it's an amazing thing, man, to have more soccer for everybody. More. This I think this is just opportunity for guys out there trying to break through, trying to get a chance, and this is something they can. I mean, this wasn't around 4 or 5 years ago. There's amazing talent in Central East Texas, even South Texas. But Todd, do you have any questions?
So I saw that you had your first practice. 30. Players?
Actually, we had today was our second preseason practice, Todd. Yesterday was our first season practice. We have about 31 players right now.
How many returning from the spring side?
We have renewed contract from 9 of them. 9 players that from last season that we felt that we wanted to keep them and we wanted to build a core of good, strong talent around them. So. So 9, but yeah, about 9 players. And then unfortunately we had to let go some players mid-season, for certain reasons. But that wasn't fun. It's not always fun to cut players during mid-season. But we're real happy with these kids. A lot of them tremendous. It's funny. It's you hold these tryouts, and then it's like tremendous talent out there and stuff. And then you ask them like, where did you play? Oh, you know what? I never played club. I just played high school ball.
Right. Sunday leagues or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they tell us, the Sunday league, the Latin leagues, and that's it. And it's so much untapped talent out there. And we're just happy now that people get a chance to see these kids, and they're excited, man, because, they're happy to be part of an organization, playing at Samba FC and playing at this level and hopefully moving to the next level, and so we're happy of doing that. And it's like every time we hold tryouts and we just see these kids, and they come from everywhere. I mean, we've had kids come as far as Laredo. I mean, we had one kid last year come from El Paso. Oh, wow. He took the bus out from El Paso.
Wow.
And, and he ended up staying at a hotel a block away from the stadium for the tryout. A great kid, but unfortunately his job didn't let him go. He was hoping to get another job out here, so he couldn't play spring ball with us this year. So we're hoping to have him next year in spring. So we'll see what happens. But things are going with it. We're looking very things are going well with the team. Coach Augie Mendez and I are happy. With the veteran players that we asked to come back. They understand now what is required, how much dedication, and they're helping us to mentor and show some leadership to the new guys that are out here trying out. We should have our 25-26 roster down by end of this month. By the first week of September, we'll have our final roster.
Nice.
And when does the schedule come out?
The schedule. Well, we've already completed a schedule, but the guy who did our schedule, which is the coach from Bay Area Oilers, who Carlos, who was nice enough to play secretary and actually put everything together down on paper. Matt, who's the Texas conference manager, he's just waiting for it to come in on PDF, PDF file. And once he gives us okay, I'm pretty sure. I think we're going to release that about no later than mid of next week. We should have that schedule out. Yeah, we should have it out. We're hoping that, we can follow the schedule, but you know how things are in San Antonio here. I mean, it's going to rain.
Yeah.
We get some bad weather, and then all it takes is, one field to close or one weekend to close, and then things start doubling up. So the good thing about us and UTSA, well, we don't play them, but is that we both have turf fields.
Mm.
So the only thing to close us would be lightning or major drench. But a little bit of rain is not going to close us.
When is the first game projected, more or less, if you can give us an update?
Our first game
Yeah.
for the South Division will be, everybody starts playing on September 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, they wanted September 15th, but they moved it up. I was told, I contacted a couple of coaches from the Heart. I was told their game starts September 15th.
The following week. Okay.
Yeah, the following weekend, which I don't know how that's possible because they got to double up. So you would think they would start a little bit earlier. But I was told they're starting September 15th. We start September 8th. We have a home game. I can tell you that game will be against Armadillos FC. We open up at home. The way the situation with Whitley of certain weekends were not available, you're going to love this, Todd, because I remember you talked about this last time when we had a schedule. Once we open up, we're on the road for 5 straight games.
Woo!
That's the way it's set up right now. So we're hoping that Whitley contacted me. They said there's a possibility a couple weekends that were booked might open up for us. So we're hoping to maybe go home and 2 away, or something like that. But 5 straight homes right now is what it's looking like. But then again, the second half is all home.
Yep.
So if we could pick up 2 games or get some points and away, and then grab our home games, I mean, we're sitting pretty. So, but it's going to be a grueling 5 home games. Driving out to Houston, and either it's a 3-hour, 3.5 hour. Most of the teams out there are playing at San Jacinto College. 3 Houston teams have that field.
Wow.
And that's a beautiful field. Beautiful field. It's like a pool table. So, it is what it is. It's lower tier. Can't have everything. I mean, I remember SAFC went out and they traveled 3 games in a row, right?
Yeah, and they're coming up with a big road.
8 out of the next 10.
Yeah, 8 out of the next 10 are going to be away. So.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. I think this is going to help our team, and and another thing too, why we wanted to go to Houston was we wanted a lot of it is we wanted to keep our players out of their comfort zone. So at least knowing that when we play away game, it's we have to be ready. So that's another thing too, which help develop the players and stuff, and stronger games out there. Nothing against the teams here in Hart, but out of the 8 teams, 6 of them are brand new teams.
Yeah,
6 of them. So you got FC Knights and Round Rock are the veteran teams in the Hart division. All the other ones are brand spanking new. So we wanted to play Katy one more time. We think we did okay with them the first half of the season. It's just something we decided to do, and we know we're not going to be out there for constantly playing the South. We just wanted to help out the team, and we believe in the league. And I placed a phone call and I said, hey, we'll step up. We'll step up and play Houston, because that way it's not an odd number, and help them out. So, we're looking forward to it, man. We only got 30 – actually, today, 30 days. We open up 30 days on September 8th. Yep, 30 days.
What's the age range looking like for this year? You're going to try to keep again in the low 20s like you had it?
Yes. I had a meeting with the players that signed a temporary contract for 30 days. Everybody has signed except for the players that we kept from last season. But all the new guys, the rookies, they all have a 30-day temp contract, and then they have 30 days to showcase themselves. And we had a meeting about that, and I did explain to them that, it's if we were all about winning hardware and stuff, it's very easy to head on down south and pick up 18 of the best players, 20 of the best players. But, it's to me, what's the fun in that? I mean, UPSL is about development, pro development, and then tapping into these new guys, these young kids here and locally, and trying to give them an opportunity and have them grow. And then we take it a step further of possibly having them seen. We were two former players of ours signed contracts. One went to Australia, one is playing with Philadelphia Union. We have two kids right now that are returned back to Spain, who are training with Leganes Soccer Academy. They'll be out there. And then we have another player that's leaving on Monday who is out for preseason in Spain for third division and hopefully signing a contract out there. So, that I feel that's the beauty of it. I mean, that's nice to give these kids an opportunity to be seen. I mean, so that's what we want to do. But we did up it to 17 or 18. We're trying not to get down to the 16 and 15-year-olds. A lot of things factored into that. A lot of it had to do with school, and then parents were driving them to practice, and sometimes the parents had to work late.
Right.
Those kids were not able to drive themselves, so it did affect their training and it affect their commitment with the team. So,
what are the like you say, it's your expectations are not to win. Or, I mean, they are to win. Everyone wants to win. But, like, do you see or do you envision this group of especially with the 9 core players that you brought from the spring season, meshing with his new additions, at least shooting for a playoff spot?
Well, that's what we're hoping. We're hoping for that. We're hoping that the veteran players do step up and show some leadership. We learned a lot from last season. I want to answer a question that you asked was a couple of shows back of yours. I always watch your show, guys.
Yeah.
I know it's not live anymore, but I watch it.
Yeah.
And one of your questions to Todd, I think it was to Todd, on the lower tier teams, what would you consider a successful season? Do you remember that? You talk about what would the lower tier teams consider on them having a successful season when it was over? And then you guys were throwing each other, do you base it on winning? Do you, winning? Do you base it on winning championships and stuff?
Yeah.
Despite where we came in last place, I believe we had a very successful season. In a way, how the team developed, how far we came in the year and a half that the team was open. The opportunities that we gave our players who went on to sign contracts, we've seen the opportunities that we send kids overseas to train. To us, it's always been about development, and I think that is for me that's a winning season. Now it's nice to to have the hardware and we have people over for dinner and just and shine the hardware so they can see it and stuff like that. But it's for me in my 30+ years of coaching, it's always been about developing players. And hopefully now when we keep doing that, we do get into the playoffs, and then we hopefully can win some championships. But to me, that's what a successful season would be for us, is what we've accomplished with our players in the shorter time that we've been around, and all the and with the less resources that we have compared to a lot of other teams.
Right.
Still stay around and keep going and stuff.
Another question I had was we see all these teams coming in. Do you see that? I know overall it's a good thing, more teams, more chances for players. But at the same time, do you think it's too soon to have all these teams coming in? I mean, I'm just being honest because
yes,
the team could come in right now and then just fold next year. You know what?
No, I agree.
Or what's the secret? Or what keeps a team going? It's very difficult to, especially at very lower league levels.
It is very difficult. I'm going to answer that question as an owner, and I'm going to answer that question as a coach. As an owner, I'll be honest. I think it right now. It probably was a little too soon to have so many teams come into San Antonio. It does dilute the player pool. Not saying that the team should have been spread out a little bit more. If you take a look at, of us, UTSA, and I can't remember the other team's name.
Mac.
Yeah, Mac. From our home field to UTSA's home field, we're all within 20 minutes from each other. We're all based on the southwest side. So, you don't have anybody more on the east-north side. You don't have anybody north. As an owner, yeah, I was a little upset about it. I was like saying, wow, and we did feel it too. When we held tryouts, you could tell, because now the players have other opportunities, and they did, when we would have the players at our tryouts, I could hear them talk about when they went to the other tryouts for the other kids. Also Bernie, when I went to Bernie. Now, answer it as a coach, I think it's great, because when you have more resources like that, you're able to tap into more talent, give more opportunity for the players.
Right.
But then again, if you're going to come in as a new team, you sometimes you're going to have to do things right, because that was one of our decisions why we decided to stay in the South, because I was a little nervous with so many rookie teams coming in six, and how late they came in. A lot of the teams, they came in pretty late. Like the team from Austin came in not even
a week ago. Yeah,
not even less than a month ago. The team from Waco came in about 2 or 3 months ago. Jared over there, I've been talking to Jared, who's the owner, coach of Waco, since January, trying to convince him to come to UPSL, and he was already tied in with TPSL. And when I heard things were not working there, and I just called him up and said, hey, things are not going to happen with this league. Come on over to us, and kind of sold him. And next morning, I heard he joined. So, but I think it's a good thing to give the opportunity to the kids to play and stuff like that. But it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy, man. It's there. If people think that they can just come in and just put a team together, and if they had a team in a Sunday league, it's a lot more than that. And if they think they come in, they make money. No, you don't make money doing semi-pro team.
Right.
It's unless you have major sponsors, but you really don't make any money doing it. So you just do it for the love of the game and the love for the kids. So.
Any jersey sponsor this fall season?
No, but we could put your name out there, Todd. I'll take it.
Money.
We're looking for one. We're looking. We got product sponsors like crazy. I've been having meetings, but I can tell you this: they're taking my calls now. Ever since we joined UPSL, they are taking our calls. They know the league. Things are blowing up. Our social sites. We've had more people follow us and like us. I've had players send me emails and messages wanting, hey, I missed your tryouts. I was out of the country. I was doing this and that. Is there any way I can come in and you can see me? But we're looking to get a sponsor. We want a corporate sponsor, that is. So we're always open to slap on a company on there that believes in us. And that's another thing too. I really want a company that truly believes in us, that believes in what we're doing and understands what we're doing. So that also helps if we have that type of company on our shirt. Well, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully one day happening. In the meantime, our membership, we charge our players, and then it's a minimum fee. It doesn't cover the entire season, and whatever's left over comes out of my pocket to keep the team going. So.
Anything else, guys?
Open Cup. Still a go?
Open Cup.
Yeah, U.S. Open Cup. Right now is a go, but it's starting to lean that we might not play it, not because we don't want to or because we can't. U.S. Open Cup have increased their registration fee from $200 to $1,200.
Wow.
That $100 or $1,000 guarantee or something to try to prevent forfeits.
It's $1,000 bond, and they did that. They started it this year. it wasn't like that. And unfortunately, they started doing that because there were a lot of teams that took advantage of the situation where at the last minute they would not show up. They would cancel games. So the referees would, they need to get paid. So they had a lot of problems like that throughout the years. So now they're trying to cover themselves. And I didn't know about this. So we didn't factor any money into this like that.
Yeah.
So now we're definitely trying to find a sponsor to help us out for that. But I'm hoping that we'll be able to do it because we do have a U.S. Open Cup team. It's pretty much not the same team as the UPSL team. It's a whole different team. 80% of it's a whole different team. More experienced players, older players, players who played college, players who played professionally, So, and probably tap in a couple of our kids from UPSL helping out, but it's a whole different team. So, Coach Augie and I are going to sit down and evaluate the situation one more time. And if things don't work out with trying to get some funds in for this, then it's probably not going to happen for us this year, which we're really sad about it because we promoted it. We wanted to be part of it. But it's coming up with that $1,000. I know we're going to get it back, but we don't get it back right away if we lose our first match. We don't get it back until January. We have to wait till the whole qualifying season's over. So, So we'll see. I mean, the deadline's August 13th. So we'll wait and see what happens on that.
Harry? Got anything, Harry?
Yes. Yeah, the only thing that I had is, and this is more on the league-wise, they raised the
prize money.
1,000, and I believe they also said that they're going to cover, if you qualify for the playoffs, the travel expenses to be able to do. So I think from a league-wise aspect, if you are able to make the playoffs, I think that's a huge thing that the league is doing, for you guys. And that kind of to me is
But they're helping out. I mean, we were told already that playoffs. National. If you make it to nationals this year, it's going to be in Florida. So that will be in Florida, and the league is going to help out with teams. So which that's nice because Centas from up north, they traveled. I think they traveled. I don't know if they left already, but they're heading to Colorado, and they had to do all kinds of fundraisers to get the money in.
Yeah, I had to go fund me and everything.
Sold T-shirts and something with their fans that was a taco, a dinner night or something like that, and I mean, can you imagine? I mean, how much money that they had to come up with to head out to Colorado. So this is nice that the league now is going to help out those teams. They did raise our registration fee though in order to help out. It was an extra $250 for this to happen, which. Hey, we felt that wasn't bad at all. If it's going to help out teams to promote themselves when they get into nationals, it's great. But the league is doing some great things. I mean, it's like I don't know everything about UPSL. I keep reading a lot of things about it, and I do homework where I contact owners, I contact coaches who've been in the league for a while, and I want to get their input. That's what I did before I joined UPSL. So we're happy with this league. We think this is helping us out tremendously. They're doing things the right way. They care about their members, which that's a big plus. You got to care not only about your product, but you got to care about the people who are helping you build your product. So we're really happy what's going on. Of course, there's hiccups on the way. I mean, things are growing tremendously here in Central Texas. So there are hiccups around always happening that we find out but it's being taken care of. We're not worried about that. They're going to grow so fast that things are going to cause problems. I mean, they've already been there. So it's a good league. I'm real happy. We're really happy with the league. So.
And I do have one other question that's kind of a different question here, and it's kind of encompasses what me and Todd were talking about earlier. Do you ever see UPSL and NPSL merging. And the reason why I say that is, NPSL has a lot of great teams.
There are good teams in
amateur.
I don't see it, and I don't think it's going to happen. The structure from both leagues are totally different. I mean,
completely different.
Yes, I mean, the rules and guidelines, the fees. I mean, the fees for NPSL are tremendous. I think PDL are even higher than NPSL. I think Todd can probably help me on that. Is that true, Todd? PDL was much higher than NPSL as far as
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I don't know if it's much higher, but it is higher.
Yeah. So, I don't see it happening. I mean, I could probably ask Matt about this, and he could probably give an answer. But that person has never come across my mind. I mean, NPSL is a summer league.
It was just
yeah. But
right.
It would be nice to have all these leagues just merge together and be. I think it would be cool. It would be pretty nice to do that. You got that other league up in the east side, which they're the
ASL.
That
just joined, just linked with somebody, just merged with somebody.
Yeah, ASL.
Yeah, I remember so.
So, and I think they just handle that side. And I heard they're thinking of moving down, into our area over here. But
Texas,
yeah, that's what I heard. So I can't remember who told me about that. But we were going to play NPSL when I first started the team when we were under Genova. I was looking into NPSL because I didn't think UPSL was going to happen. So at that time, there was already a team that had the membership for NPSL, which was Corinthians.
Right.
But they took a year or 2 years off or whatever it was. But they would not allow NPSL. I called them up. They would not allow us to have a team because Corinthians had the market there.
Oh wow.
So we
territorial, huh?
Yeah, and we then when we found out that they weren't going to have a team anymore, I placed a call in to the owner and try to buy his membership from NPSL, and because I think he started Athenians, he started the girls WPSL. So I'm like, well, he's just moving on to that, and I was hoping to buy his membership, and NPSL says, hey, you can do that, that's legal, no problem. But they weren't interested in selling it. So that led me to believe they were planning to come back, but it looks like they're not planning to come back. So then UPSL opened up, and here we are.
Yeah.
So are we going to count you guys on coming out some of our home games?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I see the air conditioner going. I know Todd will be out there. Harry's more of a –
fall. It's not as hot in the fall.
That's true. No, but hey, it's been pretty hot. But no, it will not be as hot as like it was. You're right, absolutely right. That day that Harry came brought his son, wow, man, that was pretty hot that day. Yeah, that was like 107 in the stands and about 110, 113 on the field. It was pretty bad.
But we enjoyed it though. We enjoyed it. The heat was there, but the product on the field and. We even got up and chased, some of the balls and moved them over to the goaltenders, just because they got out past the track. And to me, that's
we would love to have the four of you.
Game.
We would love to have the four of you as ball boys.
Yeah, we're gonna be out there running down balls at our high speed. Now we might not get them back in time to resume play, but we'll get them back.
Well, no, if we're winning. And we play the clock, and you guys take your time. Every now and then Harry can probably drop to the ground like Neymar.
Yeah.
Act like he's passing a kidney or something.
That's more Todd. Remember, he's in the air conditioner. I'm outfield level.
True.
So.
It's not. In my defense, I took a lot of notes, and it was much easier with the desk and everything.
Yeah.
And I was live tweeting the matches. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Todd? I didn't even know you were doing that. And I never said thank you about that. I realized that like 4 days later after that match, and I'm like, wait a minute, these are play-by-plays. He's talking about one of our players took a shot, and I'm like, this is great stuff. So I had no idea you guys were doing stuff like that.
Now that you mentioned that, Coach, what about a streaming? Anything of that in the works?
We are going to stream. We don't know if we're going to have a play-by-play commentator.
I thought it has to go through My Kojo or whatever.
No. It doesn't have to. The league for first teams, they gave them a little bit of leeway of if they weren't able to live stream. But you can use your own production company, or you can do your own thing, because Round Rock has their own production company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they don't go through My Cujo. So they use their own production company. So we're able to use our own production company. The league has My Cujo, which is a great software out there, but it requires one person can't handle the camera and all that stuff. It requires 3 people. Yeah. You got to have somebody there in the computer with the software. You got somebody run the camera, and then any other sponsors that we want to throw up on the computer there for to be seen. So it's not, we need to have at least 3 people there, and we're hoping to lead through My Cujo. But if it doesn't work that way, we're going to live stream our games, on our Facebook page, and so at least our fans can see it. As we grow, we'll probably get commentators. We have our PA man, our announcer, used to be the announcer for the Scorpions. His name is Roland. Oh my gosh, can't remember his last name. He announced the games for the Scorpions. So he announced all our home games in the spring. So we're looking for Roland to come back and do the announcement for us. One day he didn't make it, which I made him. I think that was the day that Todd was the hot day. Yeah, I was up there. He couldn't make it that game. So I made the announcements, which, kind of put on a different hat and help out. But yeah, Roland, we're looking forward to have him back and having some interns help us out, kit man and equipment manager, and down the road. If there's no volunteers, money, we have to pay somebody to do that, and we just don't have the funds to do that right now. All our funds are covering other things, from security to someone at the door, other stuff that obviously the major payment is paying Whitley Heights for the night. We have to book it at least 3 hours. So every time we have a game there, it runs anywhere between 3 to 4 hours. So they charge us by the hour on that. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach. Thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me, man. Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
I know
any announcements?
Scott got his T-shirt, and Harry was supposed to. Harry's T-shirt was waiting for him the day he came to the game. He never picked it up.
I missed it.
It was there. And then Todd, I think Todd was not at the game. He was working or something like that. I know. But I still have the 3 of you. I still have your T-shirts.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get them out. But I never got your stickers.
Oh, look!
Remember the trade-off between me and Scott? He was supposed, and I hope you have at least one sticker for me.
That's a call out to Todd.
So I said Todd a message.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
gotta get with Scott.
We'll get you one.
Yeah, we'll get you a couple.
Yeah. We got some stickers, so I'll get you guys in. Oh, and we're working on the scarves, guys.
Okay.
We're working.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
We're working on the scarves. But then again, like I told Todd at another episode, I said we want to make sure we do it right, because once they print it, that's it.
Yeah.
And and I'm glad we didn't do it last year, because we would have been stuck with Genova scarves. Yeah. So we're not changing our name. So we're gonna get some scarves out, and this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
So we'll get them out. But I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, and hopefully we can get you right before the season starts, just to give us another update on the team.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, love to be on here. And if you guys, and you guys want to interview the players, feel free. You guys are always welcome. You guys are always welcome at the stadium. Todd already knows where his booth is up there.
So got the suites.
So let me know. Hey, let me know when you guys are coming, because that way I can have some refreshments up there for you guys.
Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll definitely hit you up on that. And thank you once again.
Sure. Sure. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
Talking to you, John.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Good
take care.
luck
Have a
this
good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.